I was exposed that my ass was gonna marry that man one day. Hello people, what is up? I'm zoomed in. We're gonna pretend my bed is made, and we're gonna pretend I have my life together, and we're gonna talk about a time when I did not have my life together. Not that I do now, but we're gonna just pretend here, okay? This is make believe. It's show and tell time. Hello people, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today we're gonna talk about a story that I was not having a fantastic day. I mean, it wasn't necessarily just a day, it was kind of just an experience, and obviously y'all know I'm a freaking crackhead. I have supported artists, musicians since day one. I started my first Twitter account back in 2010. I looked at all the receipts because actually, fun fact, I started filming this video 20 minutes ago, and then chaos broke loose. I got phone calls from my parents. I had my cat and my dog arguing behind me, and then my cat started crying and screaming because she wanted attention. So that was not a good situation to be in, but now we're here. I'm putting my phone down. I have my receipts in my head, and so now we're gonna talk. So basically, as you all know, I'm a freaking crackhead. I've been supporting artists, like I said, since day one. We're gonna be talking about my experience with that so far. I'm now graduated from high school. I'm actually freaking graduated for college, which blows my goddamn mind because how the hell am I 22 years old? That is insane, and I look like this. I mean, my hair looks like this because I had it in a bun at work today, and then it was all gross and frizzy and poofy, so I put it in these braids, and I'm hoping the weight of my hair will make this less poofy and make my hair look better, because this is not it. Anyways, we're talking about the time that I was exposed for being a stan at school, and it was not a good freaking time at all. I have been on Twitter since early 2010, late 2010. I don't know what year, what am I saying? I joined Twitter October 2010 because I wanted to follow Justin Bieber, period. I wanted to be able to follow him. I was seeing him in concert on the My World Tour October 10th, 2010, no, October 19th, 2010. I saw him October 10th, 2012. So basically, I wanted to be able to follow him before I went to go see him on tour because I wanted to see all the stuff he was gonna post. So I decided to create my first Twitter account when I was 11 years old. And don't tell Twitter because I know you're supposed to be 13 before you have an account, but I was not, so keep it a secret. But anyways, so I created that account. Justin Bieber, he created his account in 2009. So he was one of the first like celebrities to use Twitter as like a platform to reach out to fans and like contact them and like be in contact with them. And so he kind of made it more of a mainstream platform opposed to just an up-and-coming platform. Because like I said, I filmed this before, I researched it already, but Twitter started its platform in 2006, but it didn't start to gain traction until 2009. And that's when celebrities started to join on, such as Justin. He made it more mainstream, like I said, one of the first celebrities to make it more mainstream, and that's how I got introduced to Twitter in the first place. I was never a MySpace user. It was a little bit above my time because, like I said, 22 now, I was born in 98. I have a younger brother, so I was more involved in the younger stuff. Like I was watching Disney Channel, Family Channel, all that stuff. Wasn't really paying attention to what social media was back then. Before social media was even a thing. Before social media was even a word. MySpace was created, wasn't really involved with that. I know Justin was involved with that. I heard about it, but I never had the interest of doing it or joining it until Twitter came around, and I'm like, wow, I should definitely get Twitter in 2010. So that's what I did. I didn't tell my parents, I just signed up, and it just, I don't even know. I didn't ask them, I just kind of did it one day, and it just kind of happened, so whatever. But it was before a lot of my friends had it, because I was in grade 7. A lot of my friends didn't start getting Twitter till later on in the year or the following year. So in 2010, I was in grade 7. Where I'm from, we don't have any middle school. So you go straight from elementary school to high school. So I was 11 years old, turning 12 in a month, got my Twitter account, kind of one of the first ones from my grade, from my school even, to get this account because everyone else was younger than me because I was like, I said, grade 7. And I started to use it to get in contact with friends and random people from all over the world that were, you know, creepy. Like I had my profile picture was Justin Bieber. Like I was, no, like not gonna let anybody know who I am because like everyone online, remember, serial killer, like they're gonna haunt you, they're creepy old men. God love how the internet has changed. But that's how it was back then, so I made sure nobody knew like where I was from, all that kind of stuff. They knew I was from Canada, they knew I was from BC, the Lower Mainland, necessarily sometimes Vancouver, depending on how close I was to the person, but nobody ever knew what city I was from, nobody ever knew my age, nobody ever knew like what I look like. That was it. I kept everything private. This was when it first started. So 2010, I tweeted him, you know, when I saw him in the concert, all that stuff. Later on in that year is kind of when everyone started to get accounts and everyone's like, oh, you have Twitter? What is it? So me being an insecure piece of shit, I decided that I was going to change my profile picture to actually be me. So I changed my fan account to my actual, you know, I should put a picture of me, not Justin Bieber, because I'm insecure and I feel like people are gonna make fun of me. Back then, I never kept it a secret. Everybody knew I loved him. I had my pencil case that said Jessica Bieber on it because I thought in my head that my ass was gonna marry that man one day. I literally thought that I was going to marry Justin Bieber when I was older. Look how the tables have turned. He's now married with Haley and I am freaking happy for them, and I am single sitting in my house home alone in Canada working with my dad. Gotta love COVID for screwing over my life. But anyways, so I changed it. I still tweeted him. I still talked to him I still try to talk to him all the time. I would tweet him saying, hey, follow me, DM me, I love you, your hair's great, your show's great, your shirt's great, your whatever. I idolized him. I still do. I always have. So I sent all these stuff to him, and these tweets were back from when Twitter wasn't really popping off. But as you know, summer started, and over the summer everyone started to get Twitter accounts, and then we go into grade 8. And obviously in grade 8, you're now in high school, so everyone wants to have social media accounts because that's the cool thing to do. So grade 8 was definitely an interesting time for me. A little bit of backstory first. I didn't necessarily have the easiest time transitioning from elementary school to high school. I didn't necessarily have the greatest elementary school experience. I didn't have the closest group of friends. Like, I did have a good group of friends, but friends were great people and I loved them, and I still do love them and would still be there for them, but they definitely pushed me around a lot. They did things and said things that I didn't really appreciate, and I never said anything because I was too insecure and too nervous to stand up for them because I didn't want to lose them. If it got to the point where, like, if they wanted something in my lunch and they said give me that, I would give it to them. Like, that was one of the things that happened the most, where I would have, you know, a granola bar that they wanted, or, you know, some sort of treat that my mom bought me specifically for my lunches because, you know, she loves, I don't know, Teddy Grahams. So she bought me a package of Teddy Grahams to eat at lunch because she knew I'd like them and they were on sale. So my mom thought she'd be doing a nice thing for me. My friends also like Teddy Grahams, and so they decided they were going to trade my Teddy Grahams for their fruit cup. And so I'd be eating their fruit cup or their carrots, and they would have my Teddy Grahams because they wanted them and they said give it to me, and I would say okay. And it wasn't really okay with me ever, but I just let it happen. And I would come home from school crying. My mom said it did get better, but it still was always something that I got bullied by my friends, and it wasn't the easiest thing for me to go through. And as high school started and we all kind of separated and went to different schools or did whatever, it wasn't easy because I still had some good friends that, you know, we went to high school, but everything became a lot more cliquey. And for me, I've never been somebody who was like in one group. I've always been friends with this person and this person and this person. So this person was in the athletic group, this person was in the popular group, this person was in the book club group. I don't know. And I was always friends with like one or two of, you know, each people. I never had a group that was like one friend group. It was always, I was in different friend groups, and I was always closest with one person and then acquaintances with the rest. But high school, you can't do that the same. It was like you're friends with us and then you're friends with our group. So one of the girls that I was friends with, I definitely clicked with their group a little bit more, and it was mainly just 3 of us and a few other people, but it was mainly just the 3 of us that would hang out. And that's kind of when it got really bad. I still love one of them, the other one not so much. But the one that I was friends with before, I still love her. I see her every once in a while, and we have a conversation and it's fine. But they were my friends, so they decided to follow my Twitter. And friends do what friends do, and friends like to stalk people back and make fun of their embarrassing pasts. And for me, my embarrassing past was dated back 1 year to when I would tweet Justin every single day. And I still did it. I still did tweet him every once in a while and still did stuff like that. But me being shy and insecure and already gotten comments in the past, I didn't want to do it every day anymore because I just got really insecure. So they looked back at all of them and they started finding them all, and they started tweeting them and replying to them and retweeting them and making fun of me for all the things I'd said, 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 months ago. And like, although it's like, oh, well, that's past you, huh? That's funny. Past me 6 to 12 months ago is still me now. Like, yeah, sure, I might be in high school now, but like, I still have the same thoughts and feelings. Like, I'm still the same person, and you attacking me and making fun of me and belittling me is not really okay. And it was really upsetting. And I remember one day I just snapped and I was in my bed crying because I was so upset. And I went back and I deleted all those tweets because I'm like, I don't want people finding them anymore. But still, he would tweet something and he would ask a question and I would respond, and they'd mock me and reply to them and just make fun of me for it because they loved him too. That's the thing that I don't understand. They loved him too, but they didn't understand that his music was the reason why I was happy. His music was the reason why I had some of the friends I had. His music was the reason why I woke up in the morning and I had a smile on my face. They didn't get that. And then them telling me that, you know, my comfort person is never gonna know I exist, is never gonna follow me, is making, like, they're making fun of me for it, was horrible. It's one thing to make fun of someone for, you know, the way they look or the way they act, or, you know, a friend they might have or their interests, but it's a whole nother thing to make fun of someone for their comfort person. That's where I kind of like, that's when it hits deep and that's when it hits close to home. Making fun of someone's comfort person or comfort thing, if it's, you know, soccer, if it's an artist, if it's reading, whatever it is that brings them that comfort, that brings them that joy, if you make fun of them for that, that's how you hit them the hardest. Like, that's where it hurts the most. That's where it cuts the deepest. And having that, I was mortified. Like, I was terrified, and I went back and I deleted so many tweets and I unfollowed so many people because, like, I don't want them seeing that I follow all these Justin Bieber accounts. I had friends on there that I unfollowed because I was so insecure and so scared of my friends finding out who my friends are and who I follow, because that's weird and that's creepy, and why would you be friends with random people online? That must be a creepy old man. And I was terrified, and I made a new account because I was so scared. I still regret deleting those tweets because Justin Bieber does follow me now, which is still, I love. Like, I'm still so happy. He followed me about a year ago. Fast forward to 2013. I'm now at the end of grade 8. I think over the summer it was. I think it was July. Yeah, it was 2012. July 2012. So it was a summer in between grade 8 and grade 9. I started a new Twitter account, and I had a Justin Bieber Twitter handle. I had Justin Bieber as my profile picture. I only tweeted him. I only followed people about him, pretty much. That was this secret account, and I made sure, I made a new email so nobody could track my email. I didn't use my phone number, so in case somebody had my phone number and put it in, they could not find me. I went through who I was following and who was following me on my other account, and I blocked so many people because I was so terrified that somebody would find it one day and figure out, you know, who I was, and I could not have that happen to me again. But yeah, I created a new Twitter account and I met so many amazing friends, and it's now, like I said, 2021, like, I've had that account for what, 8 years, I think it was. 2012 I started it, for 9 years almost, and I'm so grateful that I did that because I met some of the best friends. I literally wouldn't know half my friends if it wasn't for that. Like, you all know Cass, who I travel with all the time. You know Taylor, who I travel with all the time. 2 of my best friends I would not have known without Twitter. I literally met them online, and so if it wasn't for Twitter, I would have never met them. We had like this second secret life where we had our high school life where, you know, everyone thought we were the run-of-the-mill regular girls that just go to high school, but then behind the scenes we have this following on Twitter with all these friends and have this great connection with all these people, and this secret double life that made us so genuinely happy. And I'm so grateful that, although I'm not grateful that people were assholes and decided to bully me in elementary school, but I'm happy that things worked out the way they did. Everything works out the way it should, and everything works out in the end, but it's just sometimes it takes a little while to get there. I know this kind of isn't your run-of-the-mill, somebody found my Twitter one day story like a lot of people have, where somebody randomly follows you one day. Although I did have that experience where someone would randomly follow me from high school and I would be so freaking fast to block them. I'd be like, block, 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 block. You might be connected, so I'm gonna block you as well. I was not having any of that. I did the same thing with Instagram as well. I created my own separate Instagram account, and I had a fan page on Instagram that actually did pretty well, considering back in the day Instagram accounts that are fan pages didn't do as well they do now. Like, now they have like 30K, 40K kind of thing, 100K some of them. But I had like 2K, which, like, honestly is really good. Like, it's more than I have on Instagram right now. I only have like 1K on Instagram right now, and like my fan account for Justin Bieber, which was horrible quality, horrible posts, so weird and just not good, not A+. They were D-. So I apologize. But like back in like 2013, 2014, I gotta say, I thought they were pretty damn good. But that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna end this off here because I wanna go finish my Starbucks. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It really does help out a lot. You can also hit the little subscribe button and the post notification bell if you would like to join the family. I would really appreciate that. So thumbs up, subscribe, comment. You can comment any video suggestions you have as well. If you want to hear any other stories or anything else like that, you can always leave them down below. I read all the comments. I mean, all like 12 of them maximum. Like either 2 comments or 12 comments. It's like, that's all we get. So obviously I'll see them because there's not that many there to see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all soon. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. I love you. Peace out.